Welcome back to our channel, where we explore the most spectacular corners of this incredible planet. Today, we're taking an extraordinary journey through 5 UNESCO World Heritage Sites that will leave you breathless, inspired, and maybe even planning your next adventure before the video ends. Have you ever wondered what it feels like to stand where empires rose and fell, to witness landscapes that have remained virtually unchanged for millions of years, or to walk through cities where every cobblestone whispers stories from centuries past? That's exactly what we're about to discover together. From the bustling crossroads of continents in Istanbul to the serene alpine beauty of Salzburg, from the endless savannas of the Serengeti to the mystical emerald waters of Ha Long Bay, and finally to the otherworldly rock formations of Cappadocia, each destination we'll explore today represents humanity's shared heritage and nature's most spectacular artistry. These aren't just tourist destinations, they're living museums, ecological treasures, and cultural time capsules that connect us to our past while inspiring our future. Whether you're a history buff, a nature lover, an adventure seeker, or simply someone who believes that travel is the best education, this journey is designed for you. But here's the real question I want you to think about as we embark on this adventure. What stories are these ancient places trying to tell us, and how can experiencing them change the way we see our world today? Before we explore these amazing destinations, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on our travel adventures. Now, let's get started. Historic areas of Istanbul, Turkey. Istanbul occupies one of the most enviable positions on the planet. Straddling the Bosphorus Strait, this magnificent city spans both European and Asian shores, making it the only metropolis in the world that sits on 2 continents. The historic areas we're focusing on are primarily located in the European side, specifically in the peninsula known as Sultanahmet. This area is bordered by the Golden Horn to the north, the Sea of Marmara to the south, and the Bosphorus to the east. The city's unique geography has made it a coveted prize throughout history. Whoever controlled Istanbul controlled the trade routes between east and west, between the Black Sea and the Mediterranean. Let me take you back in time. This city has lived 3 distinct lives under 3 different names. First, it was Byzantium, a Greek colony founded in 657 BCE. Then, in 330 CE, Emperor Constantine transformed it into Constantinople, the glittering capital of the Byzantine Empire, which would remain the center of Christianity for over 1,000 years. The city reached heights of grandeur unmatched in the medieval world. Its Hagia Sophia was the largest cathedral on Earth for nearly a millennium. History had another chapter to write. In 1453, Sultan Mehmed I conquered Constantinople, and it became Istanbul, the heart of the Ottoman Empire. Rather than destroying the city's Christian heritage, the Ottomans built upon it, creating a unique fusion of Byzantine and Islamic architecture that defines Istanbul's character today. The Ottomans added spectacular mosques, palaces, and bazaars, transforming the city into one of the most cosmopolitan centers of the Islamic world. When you visit Istanbul's historic areas, you're walking through layers of civilization. Start your journey at the Hagia Sophia, an architectural marvel that has served as a church, a mosque, and a museum, and is now a mosque again. Standing beneath its massive dome, you'll see Christian mosaics alongside Islamic calligraphy, a physical manifestation of Istanbul's complex identity. The engineering genius required to build this structure in 537 CE still astounds architects today. Just steps away stands the Blue Mosque, officially called the Sultan Ahmed Mosque, completed in 1616. Its 6 minarets and cascade of domes create a silhouette that defines Istanbul's skyline. Inside, over 20,000 handmade blue Iznik tiles give the mosque its nickname and create an atmosphere of ethereal beauty when sunlight streams through its 260 windows. Don't miss the Topkapi Palace, where Ottoman sultans ruled for 4 centuries. This sprawling complex isn't just a palace, it's a city within a city, complete with courtyards, pavilions, treasury chambers holding priceless artifacts, and harem quarters where the empire's most intimate intrigues unfolded. The palace's terraces offer spectacular views of the Bosphorus, reminding you why this location was so prized. Venture into the Grand Bazaar, one of the oldest and largest covered markets in the world. With over 4,000 shops along 61 covered streets, this labyrinth of commerce has been the beating heart of Istanbul's economy since 1461. Here, you'll find everything from hand-woven carpets to intricate jewelry, spices that perfume the air, and ceramics painted with traditional Ottoman motifs. The Grand Bazaar isn't just a shopping destination. It's a living museum of Turkish craftsmanship and merchant traditions. Istanbul's historic areas teach us that great cities aren't built by erasing the past, but by layering new achievements upon ancient foundations. Here, Byzantine Christians and Ottoman Muslims created beauty side by side, showing that different civilizations can coexist, complement, and even enhance each other. The UNESCO designation of these historic areas in 1985 recognized not just individual monuments, but the entire urban fabric that tells the story of human civilization at a crucial crossroads. What makes Istanbul truly special is its refusal to choose a single identity. It remains defiantly both European and Asian, both ancient and modern, both sacred and secular. When you walk these streets, you're experiencing what centuries of cultural exchange, artistic achievement, and architectural genius can create when they converge in one extraordinary place. historic center of the city of Salzburg, Austria. Salzburg sits in north-central Austria, cradled by the Salzach River and embraced by the majestic Alps. The historic center is divided into two distinct areas by the river: the Old Town, Altstadt, on the left bank, dominated by the imposing Hohensalzburg fortress perched high on Festungsberg Hill, and the New Town, Neustadt, on the right bank, which, despite its name, dates back to medieval times. The city sits at an elevation of about 1,400 feet, surrounded by the Untersberg, Geisberg, and other alpine peaks that create a stunning natural amphitheater. This location, at the northern edge of the Alps, made Salzburg a crucial gateway between Germanic and Italian cultures, influencing everything from its architecture to its cuisine. Salzburg's story begins with salt. Indeed, its name literally means salt castle. Celtic tribes first mined the valuable white gold from nearby mountains around 1000 BCE. The Romans recognized the area's strategic and economic importance, establishing settlements here. But Salzburg's true golden age began in the early 17th century, when prince archbishops transformed this alpine town into a baroque masterpiece. But Salzburg gave the world something even more precious than Baroque architecture. It gave us Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. Born here in 1756, Mozart's genius would forever link Salzburg with musical excellence. Today, the city continues that tradition, hosting the prestigious Salzburg Festival each summer, attracting classical music lovers from around the globe. Your exploration should begin with the Getreidegasse, a narrow medieval street that perfectly captures Salzburg's charm. This pedestrian thoroughfare is lined with tall townhouses featuring wrought iron guild signs that swing above the street. A butcher's sign here, a baker's there, each an artwork in itself. At number 9, you'll find Mozart's birthplace, the yellow building where the prodigy was born. The museum inside preserves his childhood violin, early compositions, and personal effects, offering intimate glimpses into his early genius. Walking through the Old Town, you'll discover why UNESCO protected this urban landscape. The cathedral, Salzburger Dom, stands as a masterpiece of early Baroque architecture. Its white facade and green copper dome command the Domplatz, the city's main square. Mozart was baptized here, and its organ has 4,000 pipes that create heavenly acoustics. The cathedral's interior, though destroyed and rebuilt multiple times, maintains a sense of grandeur that perfectly captures the Prince Archbishop's ambitions. Salzburg's historic center, designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1996, teaches us that human achievement reaches its peak when inspired by natural beauty. Salzburg also reminds us that great cities preserve their heritage while remaining vibrantly alive. This isn't a museum city frozen in time. It's a living community where Mozart's legacy inspires contemporary artists, where Baroque churches still host worshippers, and where history and modernity waltz together. The city demonstrates that culture and natural beauty aren't separate experiences, but intertwined ones. The Alps gave Salzburg its dramatic setting and economic foundation through salt mining. In return, humans crafted an architectural tribute worthy of those mountains. When you visit Salzburg, you're not choosing between nature and culture, you're experiencing their perfect marriage. Serengeti National Park, Tanzania. The Serengeti ecosystem covers approximately 12,000 square miles across northern Tanzania and extends into southwestern Kenya, where it's known as the Masai Mara. The Serengeti National Park itself encompasses about 5,700 square miles, making it roughly the size of Connecticut. Located in Tanzania's Mara and Simiyu regions, the park sits on a high plateau between the shores of Lake Victoria to the west, the Great Rift Valley to the east, and stretches north to the Kenyan border. The landscape varies dramatically across the park. The southern plains are characterized by short grass savannas dotted with rocky outcrops called koppies. The central Serengeti region features acacia woodlands and the Serengeti River, creating year-round water sources that attract abundant wildlife. The western corridor follows the Grumeti River through riverine forests and grasslands, while the northern Serengeti features more wooded, hilly terrain as it approaches the Masai Mara. This diverse topography, combined with rainfall patterns that vary across the ecosystem, drives the legendary Great Migration. Serengeti comes from the Maasai word Serengeti, meaning the place where the land runs on forever, a name that perfectly captures the vast, horizon-stretching plains. The Maasai people have lived in harmony with these lands and their wildlife for centuries, their pastoralist lifestyle coexisting with the great herds. Their traditional knowledge of the ecosystem, passed down through generations, has proven invaluable to modern conservation efforts. European explorers first discovered the Serengeti in the 1890s, though of course, indigenous peoples had known it forever. Their reports of vast wildlife populations attracted hunters, and by the 1920s, unregulated hunting threatened to decimate the ecosystem. In 1921, a partial game reserve was established, and in 1951, the Serengeti National Park was officially created, making it one of Africa's oldest protected areas. The park's establishment wasn't without controversy. The Maasai, who had lived here for generations, were relocated, a decision that remains contentious today. However, the park's creation preserved an ecosystem that might otherwise have been lost to agriculture and development. In 1981, UNESCO designated the Serengeti a World Heritage Site, recognizing its outstanding universal value for both biodiversity and natural beauty. The Serengeti's crown jewel is undoubtedly the Great Migration, often called the greatest show on Earth. This isn't a single event, but a continuous circular journey of approximately 1.5 million wildebeest, 200,000 zebras, and 300,000 Thompson's gazelles following the rains in search of fresh grass. This ancient pilgrimage covers about 500 miles annually, with the herds constantly on the move in a clockwise pattern through the Serengeti Mara ecosystem. The most dramatic scenes occur between July and October, when the migration reaches the Mara River in the northern Serengeti. Here, thousands of animals must cross crocodile-infested waters, leaping from steep banks into strong currents in a desperate, chaotic rush. The riverbanks become littered with casualties, yet the herds keep coming, driven by instinct older than humanity itself. Witnessing a Mara River crossing is considered one of nature's ultimate experiences, terrifying, tragic, and transcendent all at once. But the Serengeti offers far more than the migration. It hosts Africa's Big Five: lions, leopards, elephants, buffalo, and rhinoceros, though rhinos are rare and found mainly in protected sanctuaries. The park contains the largest lion population in Africa, approximately 3,000 individuals. These apex predators, along with cheetahs, hyenas, and leopards, demonstrate predator-prey dynamics in their purest form. The Serengeti reminds us that some places on Earth still function as they have for millions of years, following rhythms set not by humans, but by rain, grass, and instinct. This ecosystem teaches us about interconnectedness, how predator and prey, grass and grazer, dry season and wet season all form an intricate web where removing any piece threatens the whole. The Great Migration demonstrates nature's resilience and adaptability, with millions of animals overcoming crocodiles, rivers, predators, and exhaustion year after year. When you visit the Serengeti, you're not just seeing animals, you're witnessing life itself in its most raw, honest, and powerful form. You're connecting with something ancient and true, something that existed long before cities and will hopefully exist long after we're gone. Ha Long Bay, Vietnam. Ha Long Bay is located in northeastern Vietnam, in Quang Ninh Province, about 100 miles east of Hanoi, along the coast of the Gulf of Tonkin. The bay covers approximately 600 square miles and contains about 1,600 to 2,000 limestone islands and islets. The exact number depends on how you count them, most of which are uninhabited. These karst formations rise dramatically from the water, with some towering over 300 feet high, creating a landscape that seems more like fantasy than reality. The bay's geology is what makes it special. These limestone formations were created over 500 million years during the Paleozoic and Mesozoic eras when the area was underwater. Tectonic activity gradually lifted the limestone above sea level, and then nature went to work. Over millions of years, erosion from rain, rivers, and ocean waves carved the soft limestone into the pillars, arches, and islands we see today. Many islands are hollow, containing enormous caves shaped by the same erosive forces. The result is a limestone karst landscape that represents one of Earth's most advanced stages of marine erosion. The name Ha Long means descending dragon in Vietnamese, and local legend explains the bay's creation in a way more poetic than geology ever could. According to myth, when Vietnam was young and under attack from invaders, the gods sent a family of dragons to help defend the land. These dragons descended from the heavens and spat out jade and jewels, which transformed into the islands and islets dotting the bay, forming a formidable barrier against attackers. The dragons loved the area so much they decided to stay, and locals say they remain there still, protecting the bay. While the legend is charming, Ha Long Bay has played genuine strategic roles throughout Vietnamese history. Its maze-like geography provided perfect defensive positions, and Vietnamese forces used the bay's complex channels to ambush invading Mongol fleets in the 13th century. The intricate network of islands and passages allowed smaller Vietnamese vessels to outmaneuver larger foreign ships, demonstrating how intimate knowledge of this landscape could be a tactical advantage. For centuries, fishing communities have called Ha Long Bay home, living on floating villages and making their livelihoods from the sea. These communities developed unique lifestyles adapted to living on water, with floating houses, schools, and even floating gardens. Today, about 1,600 people still live in 4 main floating villages, maintaining traditions that stretch back generations. However, these communities face uncertain futures as conservation efforts sometimes conflict with traditional ways of life. A tension between preserving cultural heritage and protecting the natural environment. UNESCO designated Ha Long Bay a World Heritage Site in 1994 for its outstanding natural beauty, and expanded the designation in 2000 to recognize its geological significance. In 2011, Ha Long Bay was named one of the new 7 Wonders of Nature, cementing its status as one of Earth's most extraordinary places. Experiencing Ha Long Bay means taking to the water, typically aboard traditional Vietnamese junk boats that have been converted into tourist vessels. These multi-day cruises let you wake up surrounded by limestone karsts, with morning mist creating an ethereal atmosphere that makes the island seem to float between water and sky. There's something magical about eating breakfast on deck while gliding past towering rock formations that have stood for millions of years. Visiting floating villages provides insights into how communities adapt to extraordinary environments. Hua Van and Vung Ving floating villages give tourists glimpses into daily life on the water, children rowing to school, fishermen sorting their catches, families going about routines that just happen to take place on platforms anchored to the bay floor. These visits raise important questions about sustainable tourism and how to support traditional communities while protecting the environment they depend on. Ha Long Bay teaches us that nature operates as both sculptor and architect on a timescale that makes human history seem like a blink. The geological processes that created this landscape worked for 500 million years, reminding us that the most spectacular natural wonders require patience measured in eras, not years. The bay also demonstrates how natural beauty inspires cultural imagination. The limestone casts didn't just provide strategic advantages and livelihoods, they sparked legends, myths, and stories that became part of Vietnamese identity. When you cruise through Ha Long Bay at dawn, with mist clinging to limestone pillars and the water mirror smooth, you're experiencing a landscape that existed long before humans and with care will exist long after. You're also connecting with the Vietnamese people who have drawn inspiration, livelihood, and identity from these waters for generations. Ha Long Bay isn't just beautiful, it's a reminder that nature and culture create their most meaningful expressions when they dance together across time. National Park and the rock sites of Cappadocia, Turkey. Gurim National Park is located in central Anatolia, Turkey, specifically in Nevşehir province, about 450 miles southeast of Istanbul. The park covers approximately 100 square miles and sits on a high plateau at an elevation of about 3,300 feet. The landscape's otherworldly appearance results from a specific geological history. Millions of years ago, volcanic eruptions from nearby Mount Erciyes and Mount Hassan covered the region with thick layers of ash and lava. This volcanic material solidified into tuff, a relatively soft rock. Above it, a layer of harder basalt formed. Over millennia, erosion carved this layered rock into fantastic formations. Rain and wind wore away the softer tuff, but where the harder basalt cap remained, it protected the tuff beneath, creating the iconic fairy chimneys, cone-shaped rock formations that can reach up to 130 feet tall. The region's valleys, Rose Valley, Love Valley, Pigeon Valley, and others, each display different colors and formations, creating a landscape so unusual that it's been used as a filming location for science fiction movies and has inspired countless comparisons to lunar or Martian terrain. During the Roman Empire's persecution of Christians, believers fled to remote areas like Cappadocia. The soft rock allowed them to carve not just homes, but entire churches, monasteries, and even underground cities where communities could hide from persecution. Between the 4th and 11th centuries CE, Christian hermits, monks, and communities transformed Cappadocia into a center of monastic life. They carved hundreds of churches into the rock, decorating them with beautiful frescoes depicting biblical scenes. These weren't crude caves. They were sophisticated religious structures with domes, arches, columns, and elaborate decorative programs, all carved from solid rock. The underground cities represent even more astonishing engineering. Places like Derinkuyu and Kaymakli could shelter thousands of people multiple stories underground, complete with ventilation shafts, wells, wine presses, stables, and even churches. Rolling stone doors could seal off sections, and the maze-like layouts confused invaders. These cities served as refuges during invasions throughout history, with residents sometimes staying underground for months. After the 11th century, Cappadocia's importance as a religious center declined, but people continued living in rock-cut homes well into the 20th century. Today, some cave dwellings have been converted into boutique hotels, restaurants, and shops, allowing modern visitors to experience this ancient form of architecture. UNESCO designated Gurim National Park and the rock sites of Cappadocia a World Heritage Site in 1985, recognizing both its natural wonders and its cultural significance. Your Cappadocia adventure should begin before dawn with a hot air balloon ride. This experience has become almost synonymous with the region, and for good reason. As the sun rises, dozens of colorful balloons lift off, floating over the fairy chimneys, valleys, and rock formations. From above, you fully appreciate the landscape's scale and strangeness. The soft morning light illuminates the rocks in shades of gold and pink, and the silence, broken only by the occasional roar of the balloon's burner, creates a dreamlike atmosphere. Many travelers say this is the single most memorable experience of their trip to Turkey. On the ground, begin exploring the Gurim Open Air Museum, the heart of Cappadocia's rock-cut churches. This UNESCO site contains more than 30 rock-carved churches dating from the 10th to 12th centuries. The dark church, Karanlık Kilise, is the crown jewel, with frescoes so well preserved that their colors remain vibrant after nearly 1,000 years. The darkness that gave the church its name protected the paintings from light damage. As you move from church to church, you'll see different artistic styles and biblical stories told through Byzantine art. The Nativity, the Crucifixion, the Last Supper, all painted by medieval monks on rock walls. Cappadocia challenges our assumptions about architecture and civilization. We typically associate great cultures with grand stone structures built upward, pyramids, cathedrals, palaces. But Cappadocia's builders worked inward and downward, achieving sophistication through subtraction rather than addition. They created architecture by removing rock rather than stacking it, building cities by digging down rather than up. This inverted approach produced results as impressive as any traditional architecture, reminding us that there are multiple paths to greatness. Five extraordinary UNESCO World Heritage sites that showcase the incredible diversity of our planet. From Istanbul's layered civilizations, where East meets West, to Salzburg's baroque beauty nestled in alpine splendor, from the Serengeti's timeless wildlife drama to Ha Long Bay's mystical limestone seascape, and finally to Cappadocia's otherworldly rock formations and underground wonders. Each destination tells a unique story about our world and our place in it. What's the common thread weaving through all these places? It's the profound connection between nature and human creativity. Whether it's architects building churches that harmonize with mountain landscapes, communities carving entire cities from volcanic rock, or cultures developing in sync with migration patterns and coastal geography, we've seen how the greatest achievements happen when humans work with nature rather than against it. If you enjoyed this journey, please hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell so you never miss our adventures. Share this video with fellow travel enthusiasts who need inspiration for their next trip. Until our next adventure together.